Hello everyone. Today we're looking at enlargements. So we're going to look at enlarging a given shape. In this case, we're going to enlarge this shape by a scale factor of 2, which means it doubles in size. If it's a scale factor of 3, it's 3 times bigger, and so on. And don't forget, if you get a scale factor of a half, it's actually half the size. Now, the only sort of complication in this is where we start from. So you'll see question 1 says, enlarge each shape by a given scale factor. Use P as the centre of enlargement. So P is our starting point. So what we do here, we have to kind of throw some lines through P and through each corner, each vertex of the shape in order to establish where our new shape will be. So using a pencil and a ruler, you would put a point on P, take that point past the vertex there. Now the key thing here is to make sure you don't kind of miss the line. You want to be really absolutely spot on the line. So I look at this and I say, well, that's 1 across 2 up, 1 across 2 up, 1 across 2 up. That line's okay. Let's do 2 more lines. We normally just use at least 3. So here's another one. And again, make sure it's spot on. So that there is 4 across, 1 up, 4 across, 1 up. That looks about right. Let's do one more. Okay. Again, that looks about right there. So our next part then is to actually draw in the shape. So what we've got to do, we've got a distance from P to this corner here. Okay, that distance from P to that corner is 1 to the right and 2 up. Now if we double that, our new point of this one here will be 2 to the right and 4 up, so it would be there. Okay, let's just put a little cross at that point. So I said if the point here is 1 across 2 up, the new point is twice that. It will be 1, 2 across, 4 up, which means it will be there. Okay, let's look at this vertex here, this corner here. Okay, this is 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right, 1, 2 up. So we double that, 8 to the right and 4 up. Or you could do it this way, 4, 2, twice, 4, 2, and that point should actually be there. You can see my line slightly off, and that's what you've got to watch out for. The lines really are great when you're on plain paper. If you've got grid, you can do a double check. Okay, so mine's slightly off there. Now, last vertex, this one here, 4 across, 1 up, twice, do it twice, 4 across, 1 up, and again I'm slightly out there. So let's just move that line to where I need it, and let's just put that in the right place. There we go. Now we can actually draw in our shape. So here goes, cross, down. Now notice I didn't use one here, but I know it's a rectangle, so I can stop when I'm in line for the right part. That's a little bit off. Let's just quickly adjust that. There we go. And there's our enlarged shape. I need to check that it is actually of a scale factor 2. So the length of this is 1, 2, 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's correct. The height is 1 and the height is double, which is 2. That's correct. Okay, so what I want you to do now is press pause, have a go at the other ones on the screen, and when you're ready to see the answers, just press play. Okay, here are your answers. Notice on this one here, on E, that actually the shape, the point is inside the shape. So if you look at that, you still do the same thing. That point there is 1 across and 1 up away from it. Double that, 2 across and 2 up, so that becomes the new point there. Just be careful of those sorts of shapes. Now if you look at the question number 2, the only difference here is you've got a point P, but it's on a grid. That's it. But the questions are exactly the same, so there's nothing different here than there was before. Apart from now, it's actually shown on a grid. So I'd like you to press pause, have a go, and when you're ready for the answers, press play. And here are the answers. Again, look, no different than before, just on a grid. Okay, question 3. We're going to enlarge each shape by the given scale factor. So in this case it's twice as big, and in this case it's 3 times as big. But you'll notice on these two there's no point P. But they've given you the point P here as a centre of enlargement. So the very first thing you've got to do is plot that point, and that becomes your centre of enlargement. So 4 across, 3 down, 1, 2, 3. So your point P is there. Okay. So press pause, have a go at that one. When you've done that one, plot point P, have a go at that one, and when you're ready for the answers, press play. Here are the answers. The final question is to describe the single transformation that takes place to turn A into B. Okay, to do this, you'll notice you've got both shapes, and B is an enlargement of A by a scale factor of 2, because if that is 1 and that is double, that's enlarged by a scale factor of 2. Just check that. That's 2, the height should be 4, and it is. So we can say that A is enlarged by a scale factor of 2. But we need the point from where it's enlarged from, so we need the centre of enlargement. To get that, what we do is we draw a line from the second one to the first one through the vertices, like so, and extend it beyond. So we do the same here. Notice the corresponding points. Now hopefully we'll find a point where they cross. Now that should be our centre of enlargement. Draw one more line just to check. And there it is. So what we'd say here is that A is enlarged to B, so it's an enlargement. The scale factor was 2, so it's an enlargement by scale factor 2, with a centre of enlargement at -4, 2. You need all those points. You need to name the transformation, you need to give the scale factor, and you need to explain where the centre of enlargement is. Okay, press pause, have a go at B, and when you're ready to see the answer, press play. Here's the answer. So again, notice the scale factor. That B is 3 times bigger than A, so it's a scale factor of 3. We've said the word enlargement, and we've given the centre of enlargement. In this case, it is 4 across and 1 down, so it's 4 minus 1.